because you're upsetting your body clock. You're getting up at a time when you should be digesting food. So ulta ho raha hai. You're not serving the purpose of the body, right? And that is the issue that is happening in today's world. Post COVID also, especially there's a rise in these cases after COVID, because lockdown has upsetted a lot of things. कुछ करने को नहीं था, चलो Netflix देखो till night, till 2 o'clock 3 o'clock in the night, probably go on a call with a friend. कुछ करने को नहीं है. But people have made that, I mean, people have continued that, some people. So if you see this, I'll just increase the zoom. If you see this, there is a clock in your body. 12 o'clock noon se chalo dekhte hain kya hota hai, okay? You are at your best brain and body coordination at around 2:30. Your fastest reaction time is at 3:30 p.m. in the afternoon. Greatest cardiovascular efficiency and muscular strength is at 7. That is why people prefer going to gyms at this time, 5 p.m. Why? Obviously, people who cannot go in the morning will go in the evening. But why not 6 and why not 7 and why not 4 and why not 3? Why 5? Because your body tries and tells you कि ये time अभी मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है. Let me go to the gym. That's very inbuilt. Huh? You will not feel yourself forcing this time on you. It will come naturally to you. Then comes your highest blood pressure is marked at 18:30 or 6:30 p.m. Your body temperature is the highest at 7 p.m. Notice that. Your melatonin, now see the funny part, huh? Melatonin is what? It's a sleep hormone. You are going against your own body by sleeping at midnight or sleeping at 2. जबकि आपका ये डीपेस्ट स्लीप होना चाहिए, तो आपने तो अभी शुरू किया है सोना. यहाँ पे आपका मेलेटोनिन सीक्रेट हुआ है, आपने वो इग्नोर किया. आपने नेटफ्लिक्स देखा, आपने डिनर लिया ये टाइम पे, आपने बैडमिंटन खेला, आपने you read a book, whatever you did, but except sleeping, whatever you did not let that melatonin secrete properly. When the melatonin did not secrete properly, do you think, I mean, there are so many gut issues. I just told you na, sleep ki wajah se, sleep impairment ki wajah se. Yeah, aapne wo sab kiya and you did all that in a consecutive fashion. You did not just for a day, weeks to come together, right? The body understood that this is the new pattern that I have to set myself. It reset it. It reset the biological clock, because ये तो सो नहीं रही है 9 बजे, चलो 9 बजे एनीवेज कौन सोता है, चलो 10 बजे तो सो जाओ. 10 बजे भी नहीं सो रही है, 11 बजे नहीं सो रही है, 12 बजे भी नहीं सो रही है. तो I think 1 o'clock is what she sleeps. Let me reset my clock to 1 o'clock. तो मेलेटोनिन सीक्रेट होने लगा 1 बजे आजकल सबका. तब जाके नींद आ रही है, तब जाके you feel drowsy. That's melatonin working in your body. Okay, when you feel drowsiness. So that is what happens when you do over a period of time. You make it a habit to sleep late, your body clock goes for a toss. If it happens repeatedly, you're inviting disease. कि आ बेल मुझे मार, है ना? I'm all ready to be get diseased. Right? So that should not happen. Guys, don't upset body's clock. Don't upset this. I agree, nobody sleeps at 9, but at least sleep till 11. Try sleeping by 11. 10 is the best time. अगर होता है तो. Now then, this deepest sleep will also get affected. फिर आप groggy feel करोगे, you will feel कि नींद पूरी नहीं हुई है, you चिड़चिड़ापन, बॉस पे गुस्सा निकालोगे, घर में गुस्सा निकालोगे, बच्चों पे गुस्सा निकालोगे. Who is the culprit? Me. Why am I taking out anger and frustration on others? I did not let my body live healthily. Why am I complaining later? ठीक है? All this is important. So now see this. 6:45 को आपका blood pressure rise होता है sharply. Melatonin secretion stops at 7:30. तो ideally आपको उठ जाना चाहिए 7:30 या उसके पहले. But if you sleep on till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, for example, that will not be the best sleep that you get. Because there is no hormone. वो तो आप सिर्फ ड्रीमिंग कर रहे हो शायद, है ना? REM, rapid eye movement भी होता है in this time. This time, deep sleep के आसपास. Then highest testosterone is secreted at 9. So this is the other time when you can go for a gym, especially males. Okay, men can go for gym circadian rhythm. I explained it in a very crisp way so that you get the essence of it. Okay, and lastly we come to addiction management. So addiction management is nothing but changing your entire take on the toxic substances. Okay, some people get naturally attracted to them, and that is how your genes obviously matter in that case, but your environment also matters a lot. Yeah, I may have a gene which tells me that I will never smoke, but if my environment is such that tension के ऊपर tension ही आ रहा है, my life is not sorting out only, what should I do? My friend offers me a cigarette, I pick it up, I like it, I take the first puff, I like it, I get addicted to it because this gives me relief. Does it really give you relief? No. It creates that illusion of you getting a relief. Yeah, so addiction management, how do you do it? You target your dopamine for that. Very, very specific. I'll be very specific in this case. Dopamine is a happy hormone. What happens is there is a gene, okay, apart from cortisol hormone, I also want you to search DRD2. Study this a little bit. I'll put it in the chat if you want. Dopamine receptor D2 gene. Okay, that's the name of the gene. DRD2. Okay, I just skipped some. I did not see the chat. Okay, any good book or course on gut health? Go for a book called Clean Gut. Clean Gut is by Dr. Alexander. I'm not sure about the entire name, the full name, but Clean Gut is a very good book. I'll put that. I'll just search if you get time here. Clean Gut is the name of the book. Okay. Huh. All right. So coming back to the point, how do you manage your urge? How you control your urge to get addicted? How do you stop yourself from getting addicted to different toxic substances? And one more thing I want you to pay attention to is addiction is not just drug addiction, tobacco addiction, and alcohol addiction. It could be Netflix addiction, it could be selfie addiction, it could be shopping addiction, it could be anything that forms an unhealthy lifestyle or an unhealthy routine. Okay, got it? Are we all on the same page? Addiction can be anything that keeps you under control, that controls your entire behavior, and your behavior just revolves under that. It fixes you into that rut. It fixes you under that never ending cycle. So someday if you do not have, I'll give you example. Someday if you do not have a sweet with lunch, आपको sweet craving होता है, you are addicted to sweets. That means unless and until you have a sweet after dinner or lunch, you will not feel good. That is the effect of a particular substance on your body, on your mind. Don't let that happen, because you'll be governed by those foods. जिस दिन नहीं मिला उस दिन क्या करोगे? Will you cry? Will you like be like, oh my god, my life is ending? No. That's what happens, no, when people have eating disorders. When people have emotional binge eating disorders, emotional eating disorders, that's what happens. They are the slaves of their emotions. Don't become a slave of your emotion. Own your body, own your mind. Okay, so that's what dopamine does. It lets you own your body, it lets you own your health. It's a feel good hormone, it's a happy hormone, it's a neurotransmitter. How do you increase? So you need to have a higher dopamine level in the body. Okay, higher the dopamine, the lesser the chances of addiction. If you have kids in the teenage group, this is specially for you. Let them go out in the nature. I'm just giving you some tips to increase dopamine, huh? Especially for teenagers, because addictions are seen in that age group the highest. Okay, I'm talking about the highest. Okay, let them go out in the outdoors. Let them get mentally involved in activities that require a lot of coordination, require a lot of uh, mind-boggling things, or maybe using up your brain a lot. Rubik's cube, okay, is an example. Let them get indulged in those activities. They will never have time for these things, addictions and all. Okay, reading a book mindfully is a solution to increase your dopamine. Listening to music, coloring, painting increases your dopamine. How many of you all knew this, or is it new for you guys? I just want to know, so that we don't repeat things. Yeah, knew it? Wonderful, Abhijit sir, great. So there are a lot of activities that you can do which increases your dopamine. Great. So color therapy increases dopamine, music therapy increases dopamine, massage therapy increases dopamine, exercise increases dopamine. Mandala, yes, I'm a mandala fan. So whenever I'm stressed, I either do, you will find me on yoga mat, or you'll find me doing mandala. That's my way of unwinding. Learn what is your way of unwinding. If you can learn that, very good. Mandala is basically a graphical, आपने देखा होगा एक circular motion, a circular pattern होता है. It's a very fine, intricate designing of a Indian or a traditional kind of a motif. Okay, so you can Google that. It's a mindfulness activity over and above everything. Yes. Then you have shavasana, you have relaxation techniques, you have yoga nidra. If you don't know about yoga nidra, just study this, just research this. It's basically a good way of relaxing yourself and unwinding from the external environment and going inwards. And that you can do while sleeping also. Okay, so that's why the name yoga nidra. Meditation, yes, of course. Art, as I said already. All of these are ways to increase dopamine. Now let's come to food as a dopamine booster. Okay, let's go into that. Which foods increase dopamine? So first one is bananas. Bananas have tryptophan. What is tryptophan? It is a hormone that induces mental well-being, sleep. Okay, so bananas. Milk, if you're not lactose intolerant, or if you're not allergic to milk, you can have milk. That increases dopamine. Spinach, palak, in any form, juice, soup, sabzi, whatever form you want to have. Sunflower seeds, beetroot. These are foods that increase your dopamine levels. Walnuts, Kale, yes, Lino, you're right. Kale, all your leafy vegetables, in short, are dopamine boosting, especially spinach and of course kale. But kale का क्या होता है ना, why I did not say it, because it's not an Indian food. तो शायद मुश्किल होता है मिलना थोड़ा, or it's very expensive because it's organic usually. That's why I said spinach, अपना local spinach खाओ और healthy रहो. ठीक है? Yes. What else? Did I miss out something? Walnuts and almonds and sunflower seeds, I said. Probiotics also increase your dopamine levels. So curd, fermented sauerkraut, and kimchi, whatever I had written in the chat, na, wo sara. Okay? Okay. So even if you have an alcohol, even if you have a peg, okay, of any alcoholic drink, a serving of any alcoholic drink, it could be wine, it could be beer, it could be whiskey, vodka, whatever, you will not get addicted to it if your dopamine levels are healthy. The point is that, the moral of the story is that, after discussion of all this, the ultimate thing to take away is this: if your dopamine levels are healthy, no matter how much the external influence is, your body will resist it naturally. We don't want any unnatural ways to resist it. We want natural ways to resist it. And dopamine increasing your dopamine levels is the most natural way to do this. Okay? So it's like a never-ending cycle. But if you have a good level of dopamine, you will not seek rewards outside your capability. So what is alcoholism? It's a reward-seeking behavior. What is drug addiction? It's a reward-seeking behavior. कि कुछ तो मिल रहा है ना, you're getting that high. What is smoking? It is a reward-seeking behavior. Some people are not bothered about me. I am also not bothered about them. Let me have a smoke. That gives me high. Problem with teenagers these days. These days, kya? Always. It has always been a problem. They want to be accepted in the society. They want to be accepted among their peers. And that is why that's the most crucial age when addictions happen. Okay. A lot of studies have happened on role of environment and addiction. I just told you, if I do not even have that gene for alcohol addiction and I have people who drink every day, I sit with them, I move with them, I socialize with them, I will also fall prey to it. That's why it's an interconnection, okay, of genes and epigenome, both. ठीक है? Stress कैसे affect करता है? Because stress lowers your dopamine levels. If you have yoga, meditation in your practice, then it will increase your dopamine levels because it will reduce stress. Cool? All good till here? Now, how do you apply this? Whatever you've learned today, how do you apply this? You apply this through in a lot of ways, where you can work with people. You can work with hospital settings, you can work with clinicians, or you can work with dietitians. You can suggest them, like after you've done your own genetic test or whatever, like whatever the scene is, you can approach these people and tie up with them, right? So this is just all the different areas where you go and work out on your epigenetic knowledge. So if you know anybody who's suffering from cancer, you try to help them with the knowledge that you have. Okay, so you give them a diet, you suggest them certain foods. You will learn about that in the next session. So how to read a genetic report, how to create an action plan. Okay, but till now, whatever you've learned, you know that there are certain compounds in foods which can beat cancer, and those are your epigenetic factors. Okay, I'll give you an example. Broccoli, for example. Okay, I love broccoli. Who all likes broccoli? Good. Broccoli is the most profound anti-cancer food. You should include it in your diet at least twice a week. Yeah, because now a lot of triggers are happening for cancer because our diet has gone for a toss, our stress levels have gone for a toss, lifestyle basically has messed up. So we need to protect ourselves, and we need to protect it through food and the different lifestyle factors. So broccoli has sulforaphane in it. Okay, that's a compound, that's an antioxidant, which is an anti-carcinogen. So if you know about this science, then you'll be able to give this knowledge. Okay, there are a lot of other antioxidants found in different foods like apples. There is green tea. Okay, there is berries. There are red and yellow capsicum. All the fruits and vegetables have antioxidants. Okay, study about that. You can work in the field of mental retardation. So improving someone's mental health is like giving them a gift of life, because all your things start from the mind. We saw that. Correct. Managing your physical diseases like your obesity. If you know, if you have a, we just saw an example of FTO gene. There are so many genes. Obesity is basically a multi-genetic phenotype. Okay, a lot of genes impact obesity and your weight. So it's not just the FTO gene that you need to study. When you see the report, you will learn how many genes are there. Okay. So you need to also work on the body level, the physical level. So obesity, diabetes, cardiac conditions, thyroid, PCOS, Alzheimer's, all these things. Okay. And that is, so these are the three main areas where epigenetics have a profound significance. Okay. And then that is why the future of epigenetics, we say, is very bright. Because if you can change somebody's life by just changing their lifestyle, it's so easy, you know, it's so easy. And I want you all to go to people who want to put an end to this disease medicine life cycle. Disease हुआ नहीं कि medicine लिया, medicine चलते ही जा रहा है, चलते ही जा रहा है, चलते ही जा रहा है, it's not stopping. Till how old, till how much age are you going to have medicine? You need to put an end to that, right? So that is madness. You're in fact altering the entire gut microbiome by having a lot of medicines. कितना असर होता है उसका? So targeted nutrition is what we suggest. कि targeted nutrition दो आप, personalized nutrition दो, कि भाई इनको ये problem है, इसका ये solution है. आप अब इसको कैसे, how will you include that in your daily diet? Start your day with morning lukewarm water with lemon. Lemon has certain antioxidants that will cure your this problem. I'm just giving a random example. Okay. Do not then also state the importance of breakfast. People skip breakfast. That's the worst thing you can do. Don't let such practices stay in their lifestyle. Eliminate those practices. So you'll have to work on the habits as well. Okay. Drug therapy hai. Now you cannot do much about drug therapy because we are not trained in that. We are not doctors. We are not pharmacists. Okay, so we cannot do. But yes, there is a good amount of research happening. So there's a different line of study that is called pharmacogenetics. Okay, so how a particular drug affects your genes, like how food affects your genes, like how exercise we just saw. Epigenetics is a different stream and pharmacogenetics is a different stream. Okay, all these areas of work. COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, asthma, COVID-19, all these are upcoming fields of epigenetic research. So all this is about epigenetics. With that, I would like to just tell you one thing in the end, that no matter whatever you've received in your genes, yeah, it is still up to you to control the level of influence your genes have on you with the science of epigenetics. We just saw it just takes a matter of probably just 10 minutes to meditate. 10 minutes so hum aise hi gawa dete hain na. We just see a stupid serial on TV, we lose 30 minutes. It's a matter of choice. What choice are you making? I have two choices. I can spend my time reading a book, or I can waste my time watching a Netflix show that does not even help me probably in the long run. What will I choose? if you want, oh my God, thank you so much, Maria. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll come to that. So yes, you will make that choice of gaining knowledge. So you'll read that book. It's a matter of choice. If I'm really grateful that you guys are writing such kind words, but I want you all to be the change makers for the next set of people that you're going to affect. Yeah, don't let this stop here. Continue this, and that's a promise that I had made to my teachers. Probably that's why you're saying I'm I'm a good teacher. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Great. So, any questions? You can unmute yourself one by one, please, and then we can take a session, question and answer. 5, 10 minutes, whatever we have in hand. I'll just go through the chat till then. Yes, the goal is to live a medicine-free life. Very, very well said. Thank you all for your lovely comments. I'm indeed very grateful that you could relate and you could understand and you could take something from today, or whenever I've come across, and I hope I've helped you in a way that works best for you. Okay, any questions, guys? Raise your hand, I'll unmute you otherwise. Any question? Anything related to epigenetics? Anything related to nutrigenomics? Anything? Okay, Divya, I'll take you on board once. Yeah.
Hi, Riddhi. Thank you so much,
Hi.
first of all, for this session. I'm so sorry I cannot
My pleasure.
open my video. I'm
No
not
problem.
feeling well. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Yeah.
So I had a question that we discussed so much about epigenetics that we can reverse the disease or we can bring in that change. It can happen at any age. I mean, so we will be applying it to the kids, to adults, to old age people. So
Okay, I'll throw
how?
some light on this. Yeah, that's a very nice question for all those who want to see, because we've been talking about कि कैसे आप अपनी life change कर सकते हो. But age is also an important factor, right? Now, why age is an important factor? And also one more thing, I'll come to that a little later. But first, I'll talk about age. If you decide one day at the age of 60 that I want to change my health with the science of epigenetics. But if half the damage is done by then, probably you're obese, probably you also have diabetes, you also have a I'm just giving a random example कि heart attack भी आया है, stent लगाया है, half of the damage is done. But still it is a good time in your lifespan to improve that quality of life that you're living. है कि नहीं? I mean, there is, yes, absolutely, better late than never. So it never stops with age. हाँ, थोड़ा बहुत ऐसा हो सकता है कि there's nothing much that you can do in at a particular age for a particular problem. Happens. But that's again the same thing, no? Whatever is lost. You cannot get it back. But what you have, as I also said just some time back, whatever life you have now, try to improve that life. Try to add years to your life. Don't add try to add quality years to your life. That's more important. Okay? And the second thing that I was going to tell you about this is it also depends on the phase of your disease. So a lot of people, unfortunately, I'm really very upset when I say this, because but see, unki bhi galti nahi hai. A lot of cancer patients come to us and they come in the 4th stage, where we also cannot do anything. It pains us also because we cannot help them. So such things will happen to you all also if you go ahead and meet patients and try and improve their lifestyle. But it's okay. Tell them that, you can always assure them. Don't assure them ki reverse hoga, obviously, but at least assure them of a good quality of life. In cancer patients and Alzheimer's patients, in people who have an advanced form of a disease, assure them that you will feel better than the day you were feeling, what you were feeling yesterday. That will definitely happen. Okay. you can experience that yourself. It's not about me saying that. आपने खुद ने देखा होगा. आप एक दिन आपका, you know, for example, one day you've had a good motion, okay, पेट साफ हुआ है, good bowel movement, you're so fresh, you're so light, you're so active. That is the quality of life I'm talking about. That satisfaction in life, that feeling of that positive psychology aspect that I'm talking about, that gratitude to the Almighty that, you know, I am living today. I don't know what happens tomorrow, but I'm living today and I want to live healthy and happy. That constitutes your quality of life. So no matter at what age and no matter at what phase, but yes, your communication will be different for people who have lost half of their health. So don't assure and don't over promise things as a healthcare provider. Okay. Yes, you can obviously say that whatever I'm going to give you based on my knowledge will definitely make you feel better. And see that smile on their face. They are content. They are more than happy. कि चलो जितना है, पर आपको उनको समझाना पड़ेगा. अगर कुछ लोग समझते नहीं है कि नहीं हमको रिवर्स करना है. Acknowledge that, don't fight, acknowledge that they're going through something, okay, and then you tell them very nicely that itna ho jayega, itna abhi mushkil hai. To regain that health may not be possible, but to, you know, whatever is left will, you would be the most cheerful person if you apply what I'm going to tell you today. Yes, with a broad smile, absolutely. You'll be the most happiest person. So I hope that answers your question, Divya. Okay? Anybody else? So that was a very good question when it comes to applying an epigenetics, and I want you all to apply these concepts in a very humanistic way. Okay, when I say humanistic, it means you need to understand what a person is going through, right? What a person, disease affects your mind also ना. अब कैंसर पेशेंट खुश तो नहीं रहेगा, भले वो फर्स्ट स्टेज में हो या फोर्थ स्टेज में हो, वो दुखी ही रहेगा, वो टेंशन में ही रहेगा. Even if a small disease happens, हम थोड़ा टेंशन हो जाता है कि भाई चेस्ट पेन हो रहा है ना. तो understand their psyche and then communicate with them. Don't overpromise and don't underdeliver also. Right? Yes, Maria, I'm sorry, I cannot give you that. I'll be very honest because I think we're not allowed to. But see if you can. I can ask Stan sir if that is possible. Then we can have a word. But you can definitely follow me on Instagram. Genetic disorders can recover with epigenetics. Am I right, madam? Okay, Bappi ji, I'll put this question. Give me a second. There are two types. Sorry. Okay. There are two types of genetic disorders. By genetic disorders, if you mean thalassemia, for example, okay. The other type of genetic disorder could be an increased risk of cancer. Okay. With epigenetics, you can control that other one, the risk of cancer that has still not happened. But what has happened, you do not have a lot of control there. Thalassemia genetic है, वो आपको उसी से आप stop कर पाओगे when you do not let a person get in contact with another thalassemia major. So then the offspring will not have a problem. This condition happens. So genetic disorders वो प्रकार के भी होते हैं ना, जो same genetic pool से होते हैं. For example, if I get married to my cousin, there are a lot of communities जहाँ पे ये होता है. If I get married to my cousin, if we have a kid, there are high chances that child will have a genetic issue. Because we share the same genetic pool. My first cousin, for example, or second cousin, whatever. You know? Yeah. So, Bappi ji, if you have, because I have liver cirrhosis or fibrosis issue as per my DNA report. Okay. So, if it's a medical condition, yes, of course. Yes, of course, you can change it. I wish you could have given me this example, but ठीक है, एक अच्छा insight खुल गया ना आपके लिए. Okay, so if it's that condition, so for example liver cirrhosis, and it all again, as I said, it depends on the phase that you are in. Starting है तो आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हो, आप रिवर्स भी कर सकते हो, बट अगर आप सेकेंड स्टेज में हो ऑलरेडी, अभी बहुत नुकसान भी हो गया है, तो थोड़ा स्लो प्रोसेस हो जाएगा. लेट मी बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट विथ यू, है ना. तो इट्स ऑल अबाउट व्हेन यू रियलाइज, जब जागा तब सवेरा बोलते हैं, है ना हम लोग. बट ठीक है, whenever you realize, whenever you want to do something about it, better late than never. हाँ, okay, so it is just a risk, you should be happy. आपको है नहीं तो वही तो है ना, वही तो मैं बोल रही थी कि एपिजेनेटिक्स से आप अपना रिस्क कम कर सकते हो. The moral of the story is simple. With epigenetic science, with all those 6 factors that I told you, eating well, exercising regularly, de-stressing regularly, sleeping on time, having good water intake levels, and of course keeping yourself away from addictions, will make sure that whatever risks you have in your genetic report, you will be able to prevent them. And that is why prevention is the motto behind epigenetic science. नहीं तो अगर प्रॉब्लम हो चुकी हो तो फिर दवाई सॉल्यूशन है. Then these factors just serve as an adjunctant, just serve as a combination. बट अगर आपको प्रिवेंट करना है तब आप दवाई तो नहीं लोगे ना, तब आप ये सारी चीजें करोगे, क्योंकि आपको हुआ नहीं है ये प्रॉब्लम, आपको सिर्फ प्रिवेंट करना है. लाइफ इज मच इजियर देन. यस, glad you could know this and you could stop your problems then and there itself. Great. Okay, so anybody else? Yeah, or should we call it a day? If there is anything, do write, like if you can contact the help desk or anything. I think you have a email ID. If you have any questions, you can further ask us. Okay, but if it's done, then I mean I would like to thank you all, first of all, for being so patient, because it's a technical science. थोड़ा boring भी हो जाता है कभी कभी, खुद ही boring लगता है कभी कभी, तो you all, obviously I can understand. Yeah, so yes, you sat here for like 2.5 hours, which is incredible. Okay, thank you all. I really appreciate your learning this thing. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I'll take a leave now, and I think you'll get the recording as well. Okay, study well. Okay, because I think you'll have to give the assignment as well. You'll have to clear the stages of your course. Okay, then you'll get a beautiful certificate, then you'll be able to help people, है ना. So ऐसे ही directly नहीं मिलता है. You cannot step on the last step of the ladder. You have to take